Hello, and welcome to Wednesday's episode of Literary Lutheran Reads the Book of Concord. Today we're going through Article 1 of the Epitome of the Formula of Concord, Original Sin, and today we will pick up with the negative statements. Negative statements. Rejection of the false opposite teachings. 1. We reject and condemn the teaching that original sin is only a debt based on what has been committed by another person diverted to us without any corruption of our nature. 2. We reject and condemn the teaching that evil lusts are not sin but are created essential properties of human nature. This is taught as though the above-mentioned defect and damage were not truly sin, because of which a person would be a child of wrath without Christ, not engrafted into Christ. 3. We likewise reject the Pelagian error. It alleged that human nature, even after the fall, is not corrupt, and especially in spiritual things, human nature has remained entirely good and pure in its natural powers. 4. We reject the teaching that original sin is only a slight, insignificant spot on the outside, smeared on human nature, or a blemish that has been blown upon it, beneath which the nature has kept its good powers even in spiritual things. 5. We reject the teaching that original sin is only an outward obstacle to the good spiritual powers and not a spoiling or lack of the powers. It is not like when a magnet is smeared with garlic juice and its natural power is not removed but only blocked, or when a stain can easily be wiped away like a spot from the face or paint from a wall. 6. We reject the teaching that in a person the human nature and essence are not entirely corrupt, but a person still has something good in him, even in spiritual things, like capacity, skill, aptitude, or ability in spiritual things to begin, to work, or to help working for something good. 7. On the other hand, we also reject the false teaching of the Manichaeans, who taught that original sin, like something essential and self-sustaining, has been infused by Satan into human nature and intermingled with it, like when poison and wine are mixed. 8. We reject the teaching that the natural man does not sin, but something else sins apart from man, and, on account of this, human nature is not accused but only original sin in the nature. 9. We also reject and condemn as a Manichaean error the teaching that original sin is properly and without any distinction the substance, nature, and essence itself of the corrupt person. This teaching states that a distinction between the corrupt nature as such, after the fall, and original sin should not even be conceived of, nor that they could be distinguished from each other even in thought. 10. Now original sin is called by Dr. Luther nature sin, person sin, and essential sin. This is not because the nature, person, or essence of man is itself, without any distinction, original sin. He uses such words in order to show the distinction between original sin, which belongs to human nature, and other sins, which are called actual sins. Original sin is not actual sin that is committed. It is inherent to the nature, substance, and essence of humanity. So even if no wicked thought should ever arise in the heart of a corrupt person, no idle word should be spoken, no wicked deed should be done, human nature is still corrupted through original sin. Original sin is born in us because of the sinful seed and is the source of all other actual sins, such as wicked thoughts, words, and works, as it is written in Matthew chapter 15, verse 19. Out of the heart come evil thoughts. Also, Genesis chapter 8, verse 21 says, the intention of man's heart is evil from his youth. See also Genesis chapter 6, verse 5. There is also to be noted, the different uses of the word nature, by which the Manichaeans hide their error and lead astray many simple people. For sometimes this word means the essence, the very substance of man, as when it is said, God created human nature. At other times it means the attitude and the base quality of a thing, which belongs to its nature or essence, as when it is said, the nature of the serpent is to bite, and the nature and way of man is to sin, and is sin. Here the word nature does not mean the substance of man, but something that belongs to the nature or substance. 13. Now consider the Latin terms substantia, substance, and accidens, a non-essential quality. They are not words of Holy Scripture, and besides are unknown to the ordinary person, so they should not be used in sermons before ordinary, uninstructed people. Simple people should be spared them. But in the schools, among the learned, these words are rightly kept in disputes about original sin, for they are well known and used without any misunderstanding to distinguish exactly between the essence of a thing and what attaches to it in an accidental way. The distinction between God's work and that of the devil is made in the clearest way by these terms. For the devil can create no substance, but can only, in an accidental way, with God's consent, corrupt the substance created by God. This has been the Literary Lutheran Reads the Book of Concord, and I wish you a blessed day.